What's up, serious and silliness people? If anybody's out there, I don't know if I'm. Let me see. Yeah, I posted it that I was going to be doing a live stream today at 8 o'clock. Well, guess what? It's 8 o'clock, and let's see. Is anybody around? Okay. Well, whatever. Doesn't matter. All right. So what we're gonna do? What we're gonna do is we're gonna talk about useless Instagram posts. I mean, it's just useless. But before we get to that, I decided that even though it's Tuesday night, I decided that I was going to come home, had a long day, and I was going to just have a drink and relax. I never do that. I says to myself, self, I can do that. So, what does that say? Welcome to live chat. Remember to guard your privacy and abide by our community guidelines. Yeah, whatever. Okay. So this is my live chat. I don't know if anybody's on, if anybody could see it. That doesn't matter. If anybody could see it, throw a comment up so I know the hell you guys see the shit. But so there was this one video I've been wanting to do for a while, right? And since I think it's like 90-something% of my subscribers are men, and everything on my channel is for men, right? So I do bodybuilding, powerlifting, arm wrestling, and then I talk about the manosphere, right? About women, about man, about masculinity, and dealing with women, all this crap, right? Blah, blah, blah. But I wanted to do this one funny one. I've had this one in my head for a while, and I wanted to get a girl with like huge boobs and like, cover them up, but you could tell that they're big, and then do like a funny skit on like her complaining about big boob problems, So like maybe like she loses everything in her boob. Maybe she would pull out chapstick and her car keys and like Cheetos or something like that, or she would talk about on the boob sweat and all this whatever, blah blah blah. We would lay it out. So I figured, who's gonna do this? I said no, nobody's gonna do this. My wife's certainly gonna do it. She decides she ain't gonna do it. So who's gonna? So I decided I'm gonna go. I'll go on Instagram and I'll see girls post. So I was looking for girls that were like kind of like okay, dressing provocative and being on Instagram or Facebook, whatever they were on, but didn't have overly amount of like a huge amount of subscribers because they're probably maybe getting paid some other way. So a low amount of subscribers. And then I would message them, hey, look, I got this YouTube channel, podcast. I'm going to do this funny episode. Hit me back. Right. Hit me back. And, we'll check it out. I'll tell you the details. And it does pay. So this one girl hits me back and she's all over Instagram dancing and she's got these giant boobs and she's dancing all provocative and dressing sexy. And I told her, look, okay, here's what we're going to do. We want to do a sexy but funny, corny, stupid video. And I told her exactly what I just told you. And she goes, I'll think about it. And I was like, yeah, but, I'm not asking you to do it for free. I'll pay you. And she goes, I don't know. I'll think about it. And I was like, and I was kind of, I didn't understand. I was like, you do it on Instagram every day for free, right? Like you dance provocative, you do all this stuff for free. And I'm willing to pay you. What's to think about? And she blocked me after that. She stopped talking, blocked me. So I had to think about it for a second. I was like, what did I say that was offensive? What did I say that it was offensive to her? And it wasn't what I said, but it wasn't what I said, but it was how I made her feel. Right? Because that's what women go on, how they make you feel. Not the fact that I said I'll pay you even though you do the same thing on Instagram for free on your own Instagram. But when I said I don't understand, I'm telling you that I'll pay you to do this provocative comedy skit. She basically felt, I guess, like a whore, if you will, and then connected that feeling with me, hated me, blocked me. Now, if anybody else could think of any other reason why, because I didn't say anything nasty because I was trying to get people on here, right? That's got to be it. That's got to be the case. Because the rational mind is thinking, because I told friends at work and they're like, yeah, that's weird. And then I realized, oh, no, it's the way I made her feel. The fact that I offered her money to do the video and then I said to her, but you do it for free on Instagram, right? So now I made her feel like a whore, if you will, right? Whatever. Anyway, so I just thought I'd tell that story, you know? Another quick story I'll tell while I'm sipping my booze. I'll tell another quick story. So I don't know how to work this stuff too well yet. So what is that? Send feedback. We don't need that. Don't need that. That's that. Blah, blah, blah. End live stream. Edit. Okay. Top chat. Is anybody chatting? It doesn't. I don't know what that means, but whatever. Okay. Nobody wants to chat. All right, whatever. It doesn't matter. So there's this movie, right? It's called Midsommar. And so it's called Midsommar. What's up, Daniel? So it's called Midsommar, right? And there's this movie, and it's a pretty dark, twisted film. The same director did a movie called Hereditary, which is also very dark and twisted. So it's about this guy who comes to the States, and he is basically going to school. He's like going to school abroad. He's from Sweden, and he comes to the States, and he makes his friends, American friends, and he tells them, "You got to come to my country this over the break because we had this big festival, and the sun doesn't go down, and we do drugs, and we have a big fun. We have fun, and there's drinking, and it's a blast, and blah blah blah." So they said, "Okay, we're gonna go." So they all go, and basically, this guy introduces him to his village and his community where he comes from, and they have it's this strange community with these strange customs. And one of the customs is that when people get a little bit too old and they're like a burden, like so if they get to 80, 85 and they're not productive anymore and they're a burden and so on and so forth, what they do is they have this ritual, if you will, and it's tradition where they end themselves. They go on to the top of a cliff. The whole community is there and they jump off. So the first lady goes, she jumps off, dies. Second guy goes, he jumps off. But what happens from time to time is he jumps, but he's not dead. So so then the second part of the ritual is if you don't die, this guy comes out with a huge sledgehammer and he bashes his head in until he's dead. My mother is 86 years old, and she's been living in the same neighborhood for 40 years, and she got lost driving the other day, and idiot. All right. I'm teasing. I love my mother. But when she goes, I come into some money. But I'm gonna be sad. All right. Anyway, so okay. So let's get on to it. So when I have some downtime, just like everybody else, I'm flipping through posts, and I'm not going to bullshit anybody. The majority of these posts are put up by women, and the majority of them are useless. I don't know why. They're just useless. They put up these posts, I think, to make themselves feel better, and it does nothing for anybody else. So usually they're either motivational, which they don't motivate anybody. You're not motivating anybody. You're not, or there's some sexual, right? Or it's just, or it's something that happened to them and they just put it out there, but they make it very, they make it very broad. They don't want to pinpoint anybody. So I'm just going to go over some of the Instagram posts that I read today and tell you what I'm talking about. I don't think it's really very, I'm sure everybody goes through this and probably thinks the same thing I think, and maybe not. Maybe they just go right past it and they go, oh. And then, but I'm just going to blow them up. But I'm not going to tell anybody's names. I'm just going to read them, Now, obviously, I'm painting with a broad brush, okay? Please, there are people in my family or friends that, get mad at me when I talk about women in general, okay? But I'm not talking about, women, in my family, good women. I'm talking about these idiots that I talk about, right? Nobody in my family would post things like this. It's just retarded. But anyway, right, so the first one. Here's it. I miss my ex, but at the same time, I love my boyfriend, and I don't want to hurt my side dude. She didn't say dude. She used the N word, but whatever. I don't want to hurt my side dude's feelings because that motherfucker is crazy enough to tell my husband. See my dilemma? Oh, God. So you're just confessing that you're a whore, really. That's all you're doing. You're confessing that you're a whore. And you know what bothers me the most about this post is I know this person. I don't know him well, but I know that either friends of friends. You know, these are all people I follow or whatever. And she's not black, and she's comfortable enough to use the N word. I don't know why. Like, let black people have that word. Like, why do you need to use it? I don't get it. Like, don't use it. Just why is it? And I don't care if you're Spanish or Latin. You don't get a pass. Only black people get to use that word. Every other word is fine, as far as I'm concerned. Like, just what's the big? Just don't use it. Who cares? I don't care the context that it's in. We're past context with that word. Don't use it. You know, it's because girls get away with murder, but whatever. All right, so the next one. Oh, okay. Maturity is when you know the other person is lying, but you smile and let it go. Maturity is taking care of your kids. I know this person, and she doesn't take care of her kids. I mean, very limited. You know, mostly it's her parents taking care of the kids, or while she goes out dancing on the weekends and stuff. I mean, so when you post this and you see this and you go, that maturity is when you know the other person is lying, but you smile and let it go. Oh, maturity is staying off social media and taking care of your damn kid. Please. Okay. So here's the next one. Oh, this one's a motivational one. I love the motivational ones because they ain't motivating nobody. Inspiration fires you up. Motivation keeps you burning. Was there ever a time where there was a dude smoking weed from a bong and he just got done masturbating 3 times to porn and he's in his mother's basement and he's flipping through Instagram and he's like, inspiration fires you up, motivates you, keeps you burning. And he just drops the bong and just goes out there and starts digging a trench. And he's motivated. That's it. I read that post from so-and-so and I'm just changing my life. Oh, here's another one. Okay, this is a good one. I be too emotional. I got to remember I'm a real N-word first and a girl second. Okay, first, your grammar is terrible. The first thing I'm thinking is you don't know how to speak English. Second, stop using that word. You're not black. This person that posted it is not black. Stop using that damn word. Stop. It's pathetic. It looks like you're unoriginal and you just kind of trying to latch on to their energy. All right, we get it. Okay, black people could use the word and they're altogether cooler than us. But stop trying to use it and be as hip as they are, because it's just not going to happen. All right, might as well just be yourself, like me. Right? I don't use that word. I think I got some swag. All right, maybe not. All right, here we go. A woman posting sexy pics doesn't mean she's easy or looking for sex. I have friends who post Bible quotes that eat D's all day. Okay. I think Dave Chappelle did a bit on this. And he basically said, when a girl's in a club and she's wearing an outfit that's really provocative, and a guy says something like, "Ooh, damn, look at them titties," and she goes, just because I dress like this does not mean I'm a whore. And so same thing with this post. Ma'am, you're right. Just because somebody posts pictures that is sexy does not mean you're a whore. But you're wearing a whore's uniform, and that's very confusing. I think he went on to say, if I was a police officer, if I was dressed up in a police uniform and some little girl came over to me and said, Officer, can you tell me which way certain just because I'm dressed like this does not mean I'm a police officer. Oh, this is a great one. If she gets wet off sucking D, keep her. Another one. You're just a whore. I'm gonna keep her because she likes sucking D. What about everything else? Like, what about taking care of the kids? No. That's all. That's out the window. Any guy that keeps a girl strictly because she does disgusting things in bed. If you marry a girl who fulfills all your sexual fantasies, you probably married the wrong girl. I'm just saying, because for some reason, when girls are good girls, for lack of a better term, when they're like come from good families and they want to raise a family and they want to have a husband and they want to have children and they want to take care of their husband and they want to have a nice family and have a nice home. For some reason, I don't know why, but the sex doesn't like go together. For some reason, sex is better with whores do nasty shit in bed, like, you know. So if every aspect of sex is fulfilled in the bedroom, you probably married the wrong girl. What'd you say, Danny? Love that analogy, the cop one. Oh yeah, that wasn't me. That was Dave Chappelle, man. That's Dave Chappelle. Just because I look like this doesn't mean I'm a cop. That's the God's honest truth, man. That's because girls could say and do whatever. Oh, this one brought a tear to my eye. Really, this one really just. All right, you ready? Some of your life's best days haven't even happened yet. You have not seen it all. You have not felt it all. There are more people and dogs for you to meet, places to see, and first to experience. No shit. That goes for everybody. I don't understand how that's motivational when that goes for everybody. My mother's 86. Me and my brothers have been contemplating whether we should put her in a home soon or not because she's not doing too good upstairs. That's going to be a new experience for her, right? And I'm sure there's going to be dogs at the home. They usually bring dogs for the old people to play with. Yeah, that joke aged well. Yeah, it did. So anyway, going back to this, I don't know why that's so. I mean, and the person's like holding it up like it's significant, like on a dummy card, you know. And nothing you said here is significant. Some of your life's best days haven't even happened yet. No shit. I know better days are ahead of me. Or maybe not. That's the freaking chance we take with life. I mean, oh, dear God, please. Whatever. Okay. Where's the next one? This is another one. Women love to tell people that they're gonna don't mess with me. Women love to post on Instagram. Don't mess, like, don't, you know, I'm not the type of bitch that you want to mess with. You know, they'll say something like, I'm loving and compassionate. Don't get on my wrong side because then the evil comes out. Yeah, well, that's everybody, right? Unless you're like a real piece of bread. In Italian, that's what you say, you're a piece of bread, which means you're a wimp, right? But any normal person, if you put their buttons the wrong way, they're going to get angry. But they're not angry all the time unless you're a miserable son of a bitch, right? So this one's like that. This one's. I have decided with a peaceful spirit and a loving heart and a clear mind that some people can still kiss my ass. Who are you? Does this make you feel better? Like, of course, there's people that you don't want to associate with. I don't know why it's important to post that. Did something happen to you? That when you were 7 and you need to like a therapist to bring it out of you? I don't know. I'm just not understanding these posts. All right, let's see another one. I can't think of any better representation of beauty than someone who is unafraid to be herself. I mean, I don't get it. What if you're the elephant man and you're comfortable in your own skin? Like, I don't think that's a representation of beauty. All right, so if you're a normal person and you're comfortable in your own skin, then great. If you're not, then seek therapy. You need help. Why would you be afraid to be yourself? Unless you're a serial killer, right? Like who who is the serial killer that said, "Don't let me out of jail because I'll do this again. I'll kill again. Just don't let me out of jail." That guy needs to be afraid of himself. Well, Ed Kemper. Ed Kemper, when he got arrested, he killed, I don't know, 6 or 7 girls. They put him in jail, and I'm pretty sure on the witness stand, he said, "I'm not fit for this world. Don't let me out of jail. I'm going to do this again." All right. Okay, here we go. Stop assuming that someone who is a bit awkward or shy is a bitch or a snob. Maybe homegirl just has anxiety issues or is going through some things. All right. Again, white people, let black people have their lingo. Stop trying to copy them. You seem unoriginal and stupid. This person that posted is white. Like, just stop trying to be cool like black people. Just let me read it like a white person. Stop assuming that someone who is a bit awkward or shy is a bitch or a snob. Maybe that person just has anxiety or is going through some things. Just stop trying to be cool like black people. That's it. Black people have cornered the cool market, and just because you steal their lingo doesn't mean you're cool like them. It's just never going to happen. Nobody's cooler than Denzel and Jay-Z. That's it. Now, back to this. Yeah, I'm sorry, but if the person is going around miserable, I'm going to think of the person as a bitch. I'm not going to think that maybe they had a bad day, especially if they're attractive. And I see this all the time in the gym. There are girls in the gym that work out like nuts and they have great bodies, and they're just snobby. They don't look at you, don't say, oh, you see them every day. Oh, I got a good story. All right, listen to this story, okay? All right, listen to this story. I used to go to this gym called Signature Fitness. It's a great gym. If you're ever in Belleville, New Jersey, it's a great gym. Sean Clarita works there. 212 Mr. Olympia works out there. Sorry. Akeem Williams works out there. He's also a top pro. I think Justin Rodriguez works out there. Victor Martinez. Top pros work out. This is a fantastic gym. Anyway. See, I don't know if you guys know. You know when you don't realize you haven't seen anybody, that person for a while until you see them. And then you see them. And you go, oh, I haven't seen you. So I used to go to the gym every day after work. So it would be like about 4 o'clock. So I saw this girl. I haven't seen her like a month or so. And hey, how you doing? And she says, now I'm like maybe 3 feet from her, give or take. And she says, do I know you? I said, I know you from the gym. And she goes, do you know how many guys tell me they know me from the gym? And I was like, oh, and of course she was beautiful with a great body and so on and so forth. And I'm just like, oh my God, dude, I just said hello. Holy shit. So from that day on, I just basically like every time I saw her, I just kept my head down. I kept walking. Because immediately I said, this woman is crazy. Because if she ain't crazy, she's got to be crazy. Okay. Even girls that are full of themselves wouldn't give you an answer like that. And they would, so she's just nuts. But what do I know? Anyway, back to the useless Instagram posts. Lost my spot. Okay, here we go. All right. New blessings and opportunities are headed your way this week. Thank you, Confucius. It sounds like I just opened a Chinese cookie from ordering Chinese food. Thanks. Does this make you feel better that you actually just new blessings and opportunities are headed your way this week? On this day. The hell out of here. Oh, this is a fun one. This is kind of a relative, sort of posted this. So if you hear it, I'm sorry, but I had to make fun of you. Girls go through about 76 different emotions a day. She may love you at 9:03 and want to stab you in the throat at 9:15. Well, I'm glad that I'm not your husband or boyfriend. And if I saw a post like this, I would stay clear of you, whether you're kidding or not. I would stay clear of you 100%. I don't want to get stabbed in the throat. So there you go. So, girls, if you're single, don't post anything like this. It's just pathetic. But whatever. Oh, this is a good one. This is a good one. Here we go. I want to go on a date, like a whole date together, full of events type of date. Who wants to take me to the fair? I want funnel cake. I never knew you could force strangers into dating. I never knew you could post something sort of like take me on a date and then buy me funnel cake. I never knew that it worked that way. In Romeo and Juliet, I didn't think that's how it worked, or any of the classic romance novels. I don't think that worked that way. And I'm going to go out on a limb here and say nobody took the bait, and I hope to God nobody took the bait, because if that is any amount of a personality, that is just the tip of the iceberg. I want funnel cake hashtag. So go buy yourself funnel. How is that? How is that appealing to a man? How does a man read that and go, "Oh, that's the woman for me"? Oh, all right. Here's another one. Unconditional love does not mean unconditional tolerance. Unlearn that. Holy shit! This whole time. Where's my wife? I am gonna just. It's called compromise. It's just stop posting stupid shit. The problem is first of all, if you're a guy and you post shit like this, then I have to question your sexuality, because I've never seen a guy post stuff like this. Usually it's girls. Guys will post workout stuff. They'll post like political stuff. Well, that kind of goes both ways, guys and girls. They'll post what else will they post? Political stuff. They'll post funny stuff. The funny stuff isn't bad. I don't mind looking at Instagram. You know what Instagram posts I like? I like the dog stuff, because I'm a dog person and I have 2 dogs myself. And I'm like a real dog person. I like dogs. So when I see like the cute Instagram posts, like a dog doing something, or like the dog dressed up like as a waiter or something, whatever, I don't know. I like that. That's kind of cute. Dog swimming, right? Whatever. I'm putting the pool in the yard just so. Well, I'm going to go swim too, but I'm always picturing my dog swimming in the pool. Whatever. It's no big deal. Like, I like posts like that. I like posts when I see my little baby niece, Giovanna, or my nephew's wife posts. She's a year old. She posts those pictures. I think they're adorable. Love those pictures. I love the pictures of kids. Well, my cousin posts pictures of her kids, Gabrielle and Massimo. I love seeing those kids. My other cousin, Elizabeth, posts her kids, that's always cute. I like kids and dogs and the funny stuff. That's always fun. But for every 2 of those, there's one of these friggin' pathetic Instagram posts. Don't be scared to rock alone. The sun be alone every day and still shine. Get some grammar. Oh my God, why do you have to? Why do you talk like you're from the streets? Because you probably are. Hashtag that bitch is for the streets. The sun be alone every day. Like, get some grammar. You sound like an idiot. And don't be scared to rock alone. Who's scared to rock alone? Like, I don't know. Who does? I think they're talking to themselves. I think this person went to the beach by herself, and then she posted it because she was proud of herself. Oh, I made it. I made it to Sandy Hook all by myself. Don't be scared to rock alone. The sun will be alone every day and still shine. You never forget a person who came to you with a torch in the dark. Yeah, actually, people do it all the time. I get the analogy. You never forget a person that helps you when you're down. But people do that constantly, all the time. Every day, people forget how bad it was back then. I'll give you a quick scenario. I reached out to a person who has a huge YouTube channel. I think almost 400,000 subscribers. And, I just started it this year. It'll be a year old soon, actually. By the end of the month, it'll be a year old. And I reached out to the guy and I said, could we do some kind of collaboration? Basically, I'm asking you to pay it forward, blah, 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 so on and so forth. Now, this person has a very fitness, bodybuilding oriented podcast, YouTube channel. So he fits right in, because I cover bodybuilding, powerlifting, arm wrestling, and then I cover the manosphere, right? So those are the topics that I cover. And the guy said, so what do you want the collaboration to be about? So I said, what did I say? I said, well, we could do this is a professional bodybuilding show. There's a Chicago Pro at the end of July. Why don't we do like a preview? You know, who we think is going to win. The guy goes, that's uninteresting, and I don't do preview bodybuilding. I don't even know who's in the contest. So I said, okay, can you? Would you say yes to an interview? Can I interview you? The guy goes, I don't know how that's going to help. I said, okay, all right, we're done. We're done here. You see, the thing is, the guy was not a professional bodybuilder. He was in the same position at one time as I am, except he was ahead of the curve. Like I'm doing it like at the peak of YouTube's years. He did it beforehand, so he got ahead of the game. But he's a guy who's like great, loves bodybuilding and weightlifting and so on and so forth, weight training. And now he has one of the biggest bodybuilding YouTube channels, right? I'm not going to mention who it is because I don't want to shit on him. But I mean, how is that? I mean, I've had people turn me down for interviews and they just go, I can't do it right now. I'm really busy, but good luck to you. That's all you have to say. Why crap on me? I know I don't even have 2,000 subscribers yet. I get it. I know where I am. I know what it is. I'm not a kid. I'm 45 years old. I know. I got a career. I'm married. I got a house, and I decided to do this last year. And I hope I make some money from it, you know? Because when you first start making money, you're making pennies on the dollar. You're not making a lot of money, but whatever. But this son of a bitch, it's like, I don't get it. Whatever. But at the same time, there are guys out there and there are girls out there that loved coming on the show. So I want to give a big shout out to Leroy Walker, who's one of the strongest men in the country today. He, last Saturday on June 5th, he broke the strict curl American record. So if those of you who don't know what a strict curl is, everybody knows what a curl is, right? The easy bar, the curl bar looks like a W, right? Everybody's done them in the gym, but they do it, standing up, right? In powerlifting, there's bench press, squat, deadlift, and now there is strict curl. There was strict curl during the 70s and 80s. It kind of went the way of the dodo bird, and then it came back. Okay, in the last 5 years, it kind of came back. And the American record was 225, and it's been standing for like 35 years. He just broke it Saturday, curled 226. And if you see the video, Leroy Walker, they call him the machine. You see the video? He did this shit with ease. He's going after the world record, which is like, I think 20 pounds more or something like that. I don't know. You got to look it up. I think some Russian dude has it. Whatever. But this guy is a monster. And he came on my YouTube channel. We talked about his bench press days and his strict curl and how strong he is and, all this crap. And he was the nicest guy. And he took two. All he did, I just asked him once and boom. Yeah, no problem. Let's do it. And a lot of people like that. Sergio Oliva Jr., top bodybuilder in the world. Probably top 10 in the world. I contacted him. Yeah, no problem. Jason Owens, retired bodybuilder. He was a household name in New Jersey. No problem. Rita West, literally the strongest woman in the world. Literally, pound for pound. The woman squatted 705, and I'm not kidding. You could look it up. The woman squatted 705 at 160 pounds. All right, the woman was just the strongest, literally pound for. And I'm sure there's women 300 pounds or 250 that could do that or do more, but she was 160 pounds when she did this. She did 675 when she was 148 or something like that, right? The sweetest woman in the world. She came on the show twice. And then she Paul Lynn, middleweight arm wrestling champion of North America. The nicest guy in the world. He couldn't have been nicer. He just sent me a little video of him wishing Serious and Silliness a 1 year, happy anniversary for doing it for 1 year. Nicest person. I mean, I wouldn't want to arm wrestle him. He'd probably rip my arm out of my socket. Michelle Dugan, female arm wrestle champion of North America. Okay. Won I think it was the Hammer, which is like the big prize they get when they win in that division middleweight. The nicest, sweetest woman you ever want to meet. And she loved doing the interview. And these are like top-notch people. These aren't like dummies. Sean Clarita, 212 Mr. Olympia. In bodybuilding, professional bodybuilding, there was the open, which is over 212 and under 212. He is the number one bodybuilder in the 212 category on planet Earth. Came on, no problem. They didn't want to get paid. Didn't want nothing. They were happy to do it. And then every once in a while, you got Akeem Williams, another guy. Akeem Williams, no problem, man. Let's do it. They came on. Now, and then I got this bozo, right, who doesn't remember when he was in my position because he was never a champion bodybuilder, right? Like, listen, there's two people that inspired me to do this. Was Dave Palumbo, who I'll actually be having, and I'm going to have him on. We'll be recording next week, but I'm not going to release it till the 1 year anniversary of Serious and Silliness. Dave Palumbo and Fouad Abiad. Both of them were bodybuilders. Well, Dave Palumbo never turned pro. He was an amateur, but he was like a household name. He was like the most popular amateur during the 90s and early 2000s. Fouad Abiad was a top professional bodybuilder. But they both have podcasts and YouTube channels and supplement lines and clothing lines. And they kind of inspired me to do this because I'd watch it there. I watched them during the quarantine, during the lockdown last year, right? All right. But this guy that I'm talking about, the guy that shit on me, he was in my position before. He never won any bodybuilding contests. He was never a pro bodybuilder. I mean, he looks great. He's in shape. I'm not going to take that away from him. But whatever. It's just a shitty attitude. Whatever. He's like in this little bubble. How did I get on this? Oh, yeah, because somebody said you don't forget the people that help you or something like that. Whatever. All right. So that was my rant there. Okay. Here's another one. Say it with me. I don't have to explain why I need a break, not even to myself. I do not have to earn rest. Yeah, she posted that after sleeping till 11 o'clock, and then her husband complained that she sleep every day till 11 o'clock. Yeah, we know you need rest because you do so much. Next one. Think big, trust yourself, and make it happen. Wow, I'm just going to build an addition on my house now. I'm so motivated. Think big, trust yourself, make it happen. Whoa, that's just so motivational. Wow. All right. Now, this is a good one. There's another one where, whatever. Be that hot ex-girlfriend that your ex-boyfriend's new girlfriend constantly stalks on social media. No, how about you just forget about your ex and move on? How about that? You just don't give them any, they're in the past. Just move on. Don't care about what they think. Just done. And if you are a girlfriend who stalks somebody on social media, you're an idiot. I'm sorry. Like, unless you're 14, I'll give you a pass. But other than that, if you're, then you're just a moron. Be that girl. And every girl thinks they are. Every girl thinks they're. That's my impersonation of girls on social media. Even if you can't see it, it's all working out for you. Walk with trust. Even if you can't see it, it's all working out for you. Walk with trust. How's that? If I can't see it, how is it working out for me? I don't get it. Like, man, if I don't see progress, there's probably no progress. I'm doing something wrong. How is that? That's the stupidest. That's something a drug addict will put up. Or a person that's 500 pounds and can't lose weight. I'm trying. And somebody says, even if you can't see it, it'll all work out for you. Walk with trust. Oh, shut up. Anyway, that's that. You know what the worst posts are? You know what the absolute worst posts are? When you're a girl and you're like my age, and you're posting Saturday nights, Sunday nights, weekday nights, out with your girlfriends, dressing sexy, going to the club, going to the bar. It's like you're not young anymore. Like, that's a young girl's gig. Like, that's a 21-year-old girl's gig. Why are you 41 and still doing that? Like, you're a loser. Like, yeah, don't you grow up? Like, you should be posting pictures of like your kid's graduation or something, or you're taking your kid to soccer. You don't feel like a loser doing that? Like, you're 41. Like, I remember going to the clubs when I was a kid and saying to myself, I never want to be the old dude in the club. And to me, 45 was old, right? Because when you're 21, that's old. 45, you go, I'm done. Remember, I went to a club one time with my friend. I was like 29 or 30, and I was like, I can't do this anymore. That's it. I'm too old. But you get these girls that feel themselves and they put on dresses that, all right, yeah, I mean, I get it. You work out and you look good for 40, but it's unbecoming. You look foolish. You look like you look like you're an adult child. That's what you look like. You look like you're a grown child. Like you never grew up. You never accept the responsibility. Life is just a party, And especially if you got kids and you're doing that. Like grandma's watching the kids, or like they're with your ex, the weekend that your ex is off and you're out, whoring around. Like it's just an idiot. I don't know. Whatever. You know what they say? A drunk man's words or a sober man's thoughts. So this is the things that I'm thinking, but I'm feeling no pain right now. So, okay. So what's coming up? Oh, okay. Tomorrow I will have the interview. I interviewed Steve Black. Steve Black is the best arm wrestler to come out of New York City. He grew up in Queens and pretty sure he never became a national champion, but in the 5 boroughs, he's pretty much the best. I think he came close to being a national champion, unless I'm wrong. God, I hope, don't kill me, Steve, if I'm wrong, but, I apologize. Maybe you were a national champion. I don't apologize. But for the most part, I know you were like the best in New York City. And the nicest guy, too. Like, typical blue-collar guy. So him and I got along. He's a carpenter. I'm a sewer worker / electrician. I do electrical work on the side, but he's great, dude. That interview will be up tomorrow, And that's the first time I ever interviewed anybody who had the same accent as me. It was strange. What else is coming up? Serious and Silliness will be 1 year old soon. And it's been a pretty good year. I what's funny is I've totally surpassed the numbers that I wanted to surpass, but it's been slowing down. I've kind of hit a glass ceiling. So the subscribers, I wanted 500 subscribers by the end of 1 year, but I got to 1,681, which is obviously far more than 500. But now that I got there, now I'm like, oh, well, I want more, right? You always want more. Like, I want to hit 2,000 now, so on and so forth. So I'm like, I'm looking at the numbers every day, and I'm like, why aren't they going up? Because for a little while, they were like shooting up, boom, 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 boom. My videos were getting like thousands, and all of a sudden it could slow down. I don't know if it's the weather or if the topics that I'm dealing with are just not trendy as much anymore. I don't know, but I mean the relationship stuff and whatnot. But it'll be 1 year. And I have a lot of fun. Especially I have a lot of fun doing the Guy Talk ones. I have a lot of fun doing the interviews because all the interviews that I've done, whether it's the bodybuilders, the powerlifters, the arm wrestlers, these are all people I admire, And the guy that I got to give the biggest shout out to, I got to give out the 2 biggest thanks. The first guy is Samson Dowda. Samson Dowda is a world-class champion bodybuilder from the UK, and he was the first bodybuilder that gave me a shot. And I reached out to him, and I said, would you mind doing a interview on my podcast? And at the time, it was relatively small. I mean, it's still small, but it was even small. And he's like, yeah, absolutely, man, no problem. Came on, no problem. It was a great interview. And the guy's an excellent bodybuilder. I mean, he has great X-frame, V-taper. I mean, he just looks typical. He's on Arnold Schwarzenegger-esque, only a better quality, if you will. And then Daryl from Run DMC, King DMC. I got to give him a thanks because but I knew him from the gym, and he was the one that said to me, do you want to interview me? And I was like, yeah. Even though, sometimes even though that a person or an interview or something doesn't fit with the majority of your content, you can't pass up interviewing Run DMC. You can't. That's like passing up interviewing the Beatles. You can't pass that up. So of course I did it. And I'll forever be grateful for those two guys because then what happens is when I want to interview other people, I go, look, I'm real. And I send them those videos. Look, I really do interview good people. And if you contact them to ask them, right? And that's when all the others came. That's when like Rita West and Sean Clarita, Akeem Williams, Sergio Oliva Jr., Paul, oh God, I forgot his name. He's on Bodybuilding and Bullocks with Fouad Abiad. Great dude. It's Fouad Abiad's best friend and partner. Fantastic guy. He came on, and it was tremendous. And of course, then, again, it just kind of. So I finally got Dave Palumbo, who's been an idol of mine for years. It's been an idol of mine for since I'm a kid. I sent out a picture of me and him actually, and he posted it. That should be a pretty interesting interview because we're going to talk about steroids with him because he actually went to medical school. The guy became a bodybuilder, a medical school, and it was just tremendous, like tremendous bodybuilder. But yeah, it was absolutely fantastic year. And then all my other friends, I think I just thought it was great having them on, Meatball and Steve Smith and the other guys, all the guys from work. Haven't had any guys I grew up with. I don't really keep in touch with as many. I keep in touch with two of them. I should have them on, but whatever. Family that's been supportive. It's just been a great year. And I'm going to be putting together a collage of thank yous of everybody that puts together like a video of wishing my podcast 1 year. That'll be at the end of the month. It'll all be at the end of the month. It's the end of the month. It is 1 year. But I'm out. I'm going to go, and I'm going to go pass out. I got work in the morning. And that's about it. What'd you say, Danny? Like, comment, and share. You got to get the followers to engage. Like, comment, and share. I don't know what the hell that means. Yeah, I'm new to this, man. I don't know. I don't know how to like anything. What the hell am I liking? Here. Like, do I like it? Do I like it? I don't know. Pin message, report message, remove message, put user in time, hide user, add moderator. What is pin message? I don't even know what that means. Message pinned. I don't know what the hell that means. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know how to like anything. I'm all new to this, son. I don't know. This is the first time I'm doing this shit. I have no idea. So you're gonna have to deal with me. I'm an old man. I don't know technology too well. And that's about it, dude. All right. I'm done for now. And let's see. We'll do another one soon. I don't know. Later.